Hello, investors. This is the weekly update on MicroStrategy. It's been a week since the crash happened in the asset, but some price is already recovered and maybe nothing big in the macro, but we need to talk about something that is happening in the background in that is invisible for most investors, and it will give you a new perspective on your investment thesis. So grab a seat, that this is very important and we will need to talk about. Also, I want to point out that, and you can see that we are using a new indicator that is the matrix line indicator. It replicates like 99% of what the Larsson Line is doing, and it will be available for the users on this channel. And in the future, it's still in developing, so that's the one that we will be using from now on for our thesis, okay? And it's already working. And the first of all that I want to point out that is where we are on this bear market stage. As I mentioned before, I think we're already on the end of the bear market, and you have to be aware of this because it seems that it's time to accumulate. And I think that we're already entering the accumulation phase or MicroStrategy. So if we look the price action that is now under $30 that is here, and you can see also the fractal that we are using, and it simulates, or it's like we are here on the last cycles, like at $30. So the thesis is that if you buy now, it's like you are buying at a $30 price in the last cycle, something like that. Okay. And also, if I will draw a rectangle from that point, I would say ears to the very edge of very start of the bull market that is on the matrix line turning to green, and I will draw it here also in the very edge. Okay, so I will draw it right here. So maybe we are entering the accumulation phase, and this box represent what we think is the accumulation zone, or the big accumulation zone for MicroStrategy. Now let's see if we put a price in the center of that rectangle that is right here. Is a $19 price target, and here in the center will be like a 90, let's say $90 price target. So if you buy at $90, it's like you are buying the last cycle at a $20, something like this, right? And that's a very big thing, because if you say, remember the last cycle, we dropped 90%. This cycle, the very edge of the rectangle and also the very edge of the pitchboard is that $60 price target that we were talking about the last videos. So that's, let's say, the analogy that you have to be aware of. Also, I will delete these arrows because I will be using a new arrow. The main thing is, let's say, this geometric form to point out that if we are here We are entering at the beginning of the accumulation phase, and you have to wait like a year for the stock to start to be in profits, and like 3 to 3.5 years since you buy to be in profit. But if you wait to the matrix line to turn green on the edge of the accumulation, let's say here, if that happened, you already start to have profits all from the beginning. Seems like only 2 to 2.5 years. Okay. So that's why the indicator is very important, because it gives you the last entering point on the accumulation phase and the beginning of the bull market. That is the one that we want to ride for the profits. And but that's the thesis. Again, you can when I want to show you something also. You have to, if you want to make the strategy more, would say, more efficient. Let's say we draw this to the half of the rectangle, and we also do this. The price, it lowers the price to acquire the asset. And we move to the center to say, sorry, like the sorry as the oh sorry, it's like $15 price target. It's 16s, the $16 price target. So the very bottom of the rectangle, it gives you a very good of the very best price to enter the asset. And also in this cycle is like a $70 price to enter. So those prices, or those $70 price is a very good price to enter MicroStrategy. And maybe that is the best price to entering. Keep that in mind. And let's say we draw this rectangle, that rectangle too low. That means that if you buy MicroStrategy below that $60 price target, you are making a very good investment for our investment thesis. And if you want to reduce the 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 risk, because if we drop all the way down to that area, the only way to drop to that area is to the indicator to continue to be rev all the way down. So that's why the indicator is very, very good to give you the enter signal. But you can enter before the indicator gives you that entering zone, pointing that bottom. So a $70 price target is a good, very price to enter. And to flipping the indicator to the green is the last point to enter. That's the main thing that you have to take off this video. You can screenshot this and think about it. Also, if the accumulation phase lasts like a year, you have that year to accumulate cash to start buying the asset for the 4-year investment plan that we have and that you have in your thesis. So that's the main thing that I want to talk about: the accumulation zone and the price to enter, and the last price to enter MicroStrategy. So if you like this video, like, subscribe, and I see you on the next one.